The church, most of the time, is closed. In case it will be open, the church, no time for confession. The church is closed. Right side hand, Franciscan Catholic Church. You are taking a picture right there. And the only place...
Okay, so you still have to rank with all the things, including tequila tasting and snorkeling.
Snorkeling probably at the very top. The fish. Okay.
One thing about ocean critters is they're really beautiful in the ocean, but then you see fish in the grocery store, they look nasty, you know? But in the ocean, they're like really beautiful.
Dead. It's just like people, when you put them in the ocean, they get all bloated and stuff. They look real gross.
The turtle down in the grass was really pretty.
But then we saw the manta ray, or the stingray.
Yeah, we saw it. And
the giant stingray.
Like a stingray, I would guess the surface area of a stingray, or like the footprint of a stingray, it would be the same as like a Honda Fit.
I don't think it was that big, but
half of a Honda Fit.
It was big. Probably the size of that dining room table.
Like 6 feet by
it was
4 feet.
Pretty ginormous.
Yeah. Then it's kind of cool too because the snorkel boat driver guys, they knew, well, like one person asked them, how do you know where to go? And he was like, oh, you see the waves, you can tell where the reefs are by the waves. But they also knew, like, this is where the turtles hang out, you know? So we found the one that took us...
Is there water in that? Is it?
Yep.
Oh. The ATV.
The ATVs were fun. They like it was the closest thing to mountain biking you're gonna get in these parks. And there was lots of splashing through little ponds, little muddy ponds. And it was pretty like rocky, the soil. It was flat, but there were lots of like kind of rock.
Nuts that they built this.
Yeah. I guess they get really, these fish get like knocked around from like us existing. Yeah.
Well, this isn't so bad.
Whee!
We went, the Cenotes had like a side path that you kind of had to like squirm and then like go like swim under, because it's, you know, you can't just like breathe the entire way, which obviously is ideal, but you had to like kind of dive under to get to this other part of the Cenotes so that you could see this other little place.
There's 2 holes in the ground, The first hole has a staircase and you go down into that pool.
Over there is deep.
25 meters or 2.5 meters?
11, 12 feet.
Okay.
Wow, it's pretty. So that was cool. And then we walked over to another set and it just, it looked like a really fancy pool with like a shallow end and a deep end, but it was naturally that way.
But it had like a separate like cave step situation that was cool. Like I guess if you were like, if all you wanted to do was go to the pool, then that would be like a awesome place to go. And then the zip line.
What's that?
Julian and I rented bicycles to get around, and that was a really good idea. You can ride with the flow of traffic, and people do go around you. Really, the only stressful part is the traffic circle.
It's definitely hard to figure out when to cross because the intersections are nuts.
If we didn't have bikes, we would have had to walk everywhere, which is fine, but you can't do as much. So we really came to appreciate that on Isla Mujeres.
We're out of here. So it looks like there's plenty of industry here. Apparently people live here, don't know any statistics. Put them right here on the screen. I like how like every time people do that, it's just never on the screen or whatever. Plenty of scooters.
So Isla Mujeres is this island that is off the coast of the city of Cancun, and there's a ferry that goes back and forth, which brings us to ferries.
Homer's over there.
So you can bring your bike on the ferry, which I'm so glad we learned now. That was very good.
There's straight up a dude with a saxophone. But yeah, everything is like a business opportunity for tourists. How do you get as much money from tourists as possible?
Wearing my helmet so I don't get a sunburn.
That's fair enough.
The thing about the island is if you take the ferry to the island and you're just walking, you're not going to walk around that whole island.
This is where the public access beach is.
Like if you took the ferry and you're on foot, I think you would stay in the northern part of the island where there's public beach access. But on a bike, we were able to just ride around the whole island, which was cool because we got to see where the public beach was. There was this other like lookout that we didn't do because you have to pay for it, but we kind of like went near there. We looked at the lookout.
I like how every place has a food.
There's a vegan restaurant where we got the cake.
Oh,
and the cake was really good.
The cake's good because it's not made by them, but in order to get these
Burn.
slices of cake, it took like an hour.
Have you tasted the water?
In the toilet? No.
I think some places must have like RO systems or something, but here in this Airbnb, the water smells like sulfur and it tastes salty. So there's
You drink it?
what did I do? So the oil is rancid, and I was gonna cook with it, but I was like, let me taste this before, and then I was like, blah. So then I was like, I'll rinse my mouth out with this water, and then I was like, blah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. That's why everybody has their own like little water bottle supply thing.
They have like these
the 10
electric
gallon
or 5 gallon.
Is it 5 gallon? Okay.
5 gallon water jugs with a little pump on the top, which is kind of nice, and it dispenses water. Yeah, that's common. And I think no one drinks the water here. It's not just the tourists, like, you're not used to the water. I think no one drinks the water here. And it doesn't smell great. So.
All right. So what type of person would love it here?
I think it depends on whether we're talking about resorts or the town.
Yeah, everybody, anybody who likes to be relaxed for any amount of, like, even if you don't like being relaxed, just resort, A+.
Resort is just take naps outside.
The easiest life.
Just eat whenever you want to, drink whenever you want to.
You want to gain 20 pounds in 3 days?
Resort.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
And then you were like...
ATMs to get cash, to get Mexican pesos, not dollars, Mexican pesos.
What is the most interesting or surprising thing you learned here?
Yeah.
Bleep.
That was a big, so we used Amigo Tours, and I think it must be run by Mayans or something, because it was very like, go Mayans. And like,
Could have been just that
tour guide.
Because he is
Mayan.
descendant from Mayans.
Yeah, like basically they really wanted to impress on us that Mayans are not extinct. There's X million Mayans.
26 million Mayans.
Still hanging out. And
Paying taxes. Have you learned any Spanish here?
see.
Oh.
Basura? ¿Qué es? Whoa. And then they just literally have a bunch of trash.
I learned bloqueo. Don't bloqueo the toilet with the papel.
Yeah. Now all we need is googly eyes.
And I learned how to like ask for things politely. Podría darme means could you give me, which is polite. Well, you picked up words too.
Plots.
And the only place we are or you are visiting is the flats.
Plots are the vendor
stalls,
stands.
yeah.
Or it was like Parque Kanban. The Kanban board. Par-
Chunbun.
I forget, but
It was probably.
that was nice.
Yeah, it was very small though.
We found this small little park and you just walk around the sidewalks and read some signs about some
Bathrooms
trees.
were free there.
Yeah, that was actually a free public space. And I was like, wow, that was quiet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No one's trying to sell you anything.
Oh, we
right
went to Parque Cancún, and that was the one with the skate ramps and the like mountain biking.
now. Oh, right.
We went there.
Don't do your little head wobbles at me. Go away. I don't want to run it over, but it also doesn't want to move. I need to go to the lookout, sir. Oh, there's two. I guess that's their cave. Okay, you guys. Oh, wow.
And that was free, and it was quiet.
It also said it was closed.
But it wasn't. But those were both good, and they were just like things where you could go and there weren't vendors. It was just like, oh, a normal park where you can just hang out and explore.
Oh, it's like a skate park for mountain bikes.
Okay, so in conclusion, I thought that this was a really fun vacation. It was totally worth it. I think we made a lot of right choices accidentally, so hopefully this video helps you make right choices on purpose. So I feel like my trip probably averaged out to like a comfortable $400 a day on average ceiling. And then you might be different depending on like, oh, if you love to go shopping, may as well just save, throw another $1,000 in your budget you set aside. But anyway, I feel like budgeting for a trip like this reduces stress because then you're giving yourself permission to be free in ways that you're not free at home. If you're ever in Austin, please visit my coffee shop, Dear Diary Coffee. It's over near 12th and Chacon in East Austin over here.
And I guess that does it. Gracias por ver mi video y adiós.